With his book Blood Grove as the backdrop, writing legend Walter Mosley and suspense writer Rachel Howzell Hall discuss the timeliness and timelessness of his iconic detective, Easy Rawlins.
Could you please share what Blood Grove is about in your own words? Everyone's happy because Easy Rawlins is back.
It's always about the same thing, but that thing is always different. He starts in 1939 with Gone Fishin', which isn't a mystery, and then 1948 with Devil in a Blue Dress, which is a mystery. And then we slowly start coming up to time. It's like 15 books. So as all of Easy's books, there's transitions. Now we're in 1969. He's almost 50. He's aging. And racism, the notions of it are changing. His identity of who he is very much about what veterans, go through, people who've experienced war, and how they identify themselves, how they identify each other.
In America, everything is about either race or money or some combination of the two. Mm-hmm. And that for me carried through everything. And it kind of made me sad because that was a reality 60 years ago, 100 years ago, today. Is that what you carry with every book?
I'm being political because I'm always writing about Black male heroes specifically and Black people in general. But the books themselves can be about all kinds of different things. Easy, on the other hand, he is always dealing with it because, like in this novel, a very rich man can't pay him. He says, but you can hold on to my Rolls Royce. And Easy's driving a Rolls Royce. He realizes, very early in the novel, he has to stop doing it because the police stop him, every 10 blocks. He said, we know you don't belong in this Rolls Royce, boy. Now, come on, get out of here.
There's a passage. One thing I never forget was that I was a Black man in America, a country that had built greatness on the bulwarks of slavery and genocide. But even while I was well aware of the United States' crimes and criminals, still I had to admit that our nation offered bright futures for any woman or man with brains, elbow grease, and more than a little luck. Do you believe that? Or is this merely...
Oh, absolutely. I know, absolutely. That's something that Easy and I agree on.
Okay.
There's that thing. You sit there and you're standing with a person and there's some other guy, who was born rich and went to Harvard and has millions of dollars and all these other things that you might want. Mm-hmm. And so the person will say to you, man, I wish I was in his shoes. I wish I was him. Like, look what he has. And you turn to him and say, he has cancer. And the guy said, well, I don't want that. And I said, no, if you want to be in his shoes, that's what's standing in his shoes.
I'm assuming that when it came time to write scenes with police, you didn't have to reach far to figure out how did police treat Black folks back in 1969.
There's a certain limitation. But one of the things I kind of like about Easy, there are police he gets along with. Yeah. He knows all kinds of people, and we know all kinds of people. And the minute you start making a prejudicial notion about a person, about a type of person, you're going to be making a mistake.
Scan the QR code on your screen with your phone's camera to watch the full interview and find out Walter's secret to being a prolific writer.